Hello and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast number 19. We're almost at 20. Wow. Anyway.
What are we doing for our 21st?
We need to do something for our 20. Oh, we drank for our first. We had our infancy drinking.
And then we gotta rent a car on our 25th.
We gotta get 21 beers and split that. Wow, that would be tragic. Let's not do that.
We would be drunk by the time we finish this podcast.
I mean, split like them 3 ways, and it would be 7 for each of us. That would be a little bit much for me. No, not in an hour. In an hour? In an evening. Maybe if we did like a 5-hour special podcast for the 21st month anniversary.
Who the hell would listen to that? 5 hours of us rambling. Anyway, yeah, you heard him. Say hello, D-Pad.
Hello, D-Pad. Wait, that's my name. Yeah, hey, how's it going, Wisconsin? This is D-Pad.
We don't even live in Wisconsin.
We don't live in...
We might have a listener that lives in Wisconsin, so hello, listener that lives in Wisconsin.
Adrian. His name is Adrian.
I don't think he has a name. I think his parents lock him in the basement with a computer, and he has no friends except for us.
Yeah.
He's the family secret.
If our podcast goes up late, he cries.
So we gotta keep this going for you out there, nameless child in Wisconsin.
His name is Adrian.
Doesn't have... Oh, well, since your parents never gave you a name.
We did call you Higmo.
You just said his name was Adrian, dude. You're gonna make his head explode.
His name is Higmo now.
That's his middle name. His first name's Adrian.
Adrian Higmo Gonzalez.
Adrian Higmo Mongatard Gonzalez.
The third.
I guess his last name really isn't our choice.
It's called speculating.
Well, he doesn't want his parents' last name because they locked him in a basement.
Speculaticus.
Anyway, yeah, we gotta say hello, Game Face.
Hey.
Never did.
Hello, world.
We have a new...
No pun intended.
We have a new method of recording. Hopefully this will work for you guys.
Alright, yeah, basically, we ditched the whole information superhighway computer Jones, and we went back to analog. We're recording this on Walmart cassette tapes right now.
$25.
Well, on a $25 RCA tape recorder. So it's going to sound a little bit weird. It's going to sound kind of like AM radio.
Hopefully it'll be higher quality than things we've done previously.
Yeah. What's that, Snurdly? Oh. Okay, you say the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 1997 was over 9,000?
You sound like one of the teachers from fucking
That's all I hear when my parents talk about growing up and getting a job and doing things that kids my age should be doing.
And you just imagine your mom standing right over you going, mana, mana, and then you look over and Dad's reading a newspaper in the corner and he looks over to go, back to Mom, mana, mana, and it's just like, mana, mana.
And in real life, she's saying, Ian, get off your sorry, lazy ass and go find work.
And then I'm just like,
ring, banana phone.
You're just like bouncing back and forth. And that's playing in your head while they're talking, and you're imagining them doing it.
And then I start laughing, and they're like, hey, are you even listening to a word? And I'm like, yeah, banana.
Yeah, I heard you go.
You're unreachable, kid. Get out of my house.
You're a Vestizian. See, I can make up big words too.
Okay, so here's the catch with this episode.
Catchicus.
I'm staring at a giant cake. You guys, you brought me a cake.
We had to convince D-Pad to show up here. I usually go to my parents' house, me and D-Pad here. We go to our parents' house for dinners on Sunday nights. We usually record the podcast after that. It's a lot more convenient to do it before it, so in order to entice my brother here to come to our place to actually do this episode, I had to promise him there would be beer and cake.
I thought he was lying.
And they were not a lie. So what are we drinking today?
No, put them down on the floor.
Cake.
Put them down on the floor.
Cake, but with a... No, I don't.
Not the cake, the beer. We're gonna pop
I
shop.
want the steak at eye. I want the cake at eye level so I can stare at it.
But okay, what are we drinking tonight, guys?
3 slushies.
Well, we had
those.
Yeah, we already had flush. Go get 3 slushies. They'll be gone by the time you hear this. Anyway, Modelo Especial. That's what we're drinking.
Si, senor.
Not quite as good as Negro Modelo, but still good stuff.
Negro Modelo's good stuff. You gotta try that shit.
Hello, it tastes like refried beans on a Barbie.
Barbecue refried beans.
Refried beans flavored beer would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. It's probably the only thing that could be flavored like refried beans. Still be good, except possibly ice cream.
Refried beans are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had refried beans 2 nights ago.
Did you have anything else on this plate?
No. No, I'm serious. It was just refried beans.
I did that the other night, except it was barbecue beans. I had just like a big thing of barbecue beans, and that was it.
Because I'm the only person in my house who likes refried beans.
What the fuck is wrong with Timmy, Sean, and...
God. And last night, I saw Tim throw away a donut.
Whoa.
Because he didn't like what it was filled with.
What was it filled with?
Marshmallow. He's fat.
Wow.
How do you not like a donut?
There are donuts in this world that are filled with marshmallow?
That's amazing. I fucking want one now.
Road trip. No, at 11. At 11 o'clock, you can go to...
We need to do that sometime.
Donuts.
Donuts place down in Edwards.
For $5.
That is brilliant.
It's brutal.
That's brilliant. I fucking love that. You know, one thing about this is we have no idea how to tell how far into this thing we are.
I didn't think of that.
No.
Oh, we just watch the progress on the tape. No, it's 45 minutes.
You mean the little windy things right there?
Yeah. Yeah, the little winding things. Yes. This has moving parts. It's analog.
This cake has moving parts.
It's anal log.
I kind of thought this was a going away cake, actually.
Where would you be going away?
Start tech support next weekend.
Oh. You should move in. You should totally move in next door to us.
Well,
Even though we're probably going to move across the street, possibly. We're trying to move across the street.
Yeah, this place
here we go. I
sucks.
can't hold it any longer. I gotta take a bite.
Get your cake on.
You guys continue the conversation while I go get two more,
Forks?
forks, yes.
Microphone 1, microphone 2, microphone 1, microphone 2. Yes, we all have independent microphones this time.
Can I scream into all 3?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful.
That was fun. So, yeah. Pancakes. Oh, I got a fork now. We should probably get on with the topics.
That's right, we do have independent microphones. You'd think 19 weeks in we would have learned that lesson already, but we're dumb and slow.
Yeah.
And 4.
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
What? That was raspberry cake.
Oh, that was
That's good stuff. Don't you wish you were eating it, listeners?
Walmart cakes made from pure American underclass citizen sweat.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I can.
And illegal immigrant sweat.
Great. Wow. And we got Mexican beer too. So we're just eating. We're having a illegal immigrant fiesta.
Yes, we're
All
very,
we need is Dos Equis.
very progressive.
We do have topics this week. One of them is going to take me like a decade and a half to read, kind of like last week.
Let's start with that one.
No, we'll start with the Ubisoft being full of themselves. Hang on, I gotta get another bite of this cake.
Ubisoft tried to eat Mr. T.
You do not eat Mr. T.
Yeah,
Mr. T is the whole when he's
Soviet
angry.
Russia.
Mr. T is the soul, is the whole when he's angry.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't even think intestinal tracts can actually break it down.
Nah.
Like, Mr. T is just too complex an enzyme.
Mr. T once bit off more than he could chew. He ate it anyway.
Was it a tractor? It was a tractor.
Ubisoft claims that everyone will have a 3D television within 3 years. They claim to be the first publisher with a proper 3D game last year with Avatar. They claim that it was ahead of its time in many ways.
What, the movie Avatar?
No, the video game based off of the movie.
They did that already?
But
It's been out for almost a year.
No, it hasn't even been 6 months yet, for one thing.
they had a video game like that released like the day the movie got released.
Wow.
And it was
Science.
It was in 3D if you wanted
the
it.
commercial for Avatar, and it said, "Own the greatest movie of all time," and I was like, "Wow, you're putting it on a pedestal." That was kind of like,
It is nowhere near
that's
the
going
greatest
against
movie
the
of all
Big
time.
Lebowski.
Yeah,
That's going
yeah.
against Star Wars, Lord of the Rings,
The Pest.
The Pest.
It's going against. You can't. It's nowhere near as good as Star Wars.
Porkies.
It's just not Revenge of the Nerds. But it was
Not
pretty good.
fantastic,
I mean,
Mr.
it wasn't-
Fox.
I don't think the
It's not The
movie was so
Godfather
good
Part
as much
2.
as the experience. I don't think you could really
Rocky
recreate
V.
the experience on a household television, even if it was 3D. Are you gonna have to wear the glasses to watch
But
it?
how full of themselves is Ubisoft to be saying this? I mean, you squared. Everybody's going to have a 3D television. We're just now getting to the point where it's the norm to have a high-definition television in your house. And everybody's going to have a 3D television?
Close to at least 10 years after High Def came out.
Yeah. And everybody's going to have a 3D television within 3 years. The things cost $3,000!
They do now. But still, even if they costed $300, I wouldn't buy one.
Neither would I. I don't need
If I want to
3D.
see a 3D movie, I'll go to a theater, because if I want to see a 3D movie,
It's gotta be
doing it for the experience. Exactly.
And most of our experiences in 3D have sucked.
I don't
There's
wanna
Avatar, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, like Life. Life is in 3D, and that sucks.
Actually, I think Life is 4D.
I was gonna say the 3D on
I'm drinking
Clash of the Titans sucked.
Yeah, I forgot. By the way, honestly, we watched Reservoir Dogs on Blu-ray, about a week ago, and it looked really good for about 20 minutes, and then I completely forgot after that point that it was even in high def.
It looks far superior to the DVD version.
Yeah, it does, but 20 minutes into it, it didn't make a difference. You could have swapped it out. I think they need to make movies that are high def for, like, the first, the opening sequence, and then towards the end of, like, the second scene, you know, like the slow down scene with, you know, a lot of dialogue and more exposition, it just kind of phases out into standard definition. It would save a lot of money and it'd sell the same experience.
They're waiting for something. There's
People would notice, dude. People would notice, like, hey, it doesn't look as good as the rest of the movie. Why doesn't it look as good as it did at the beginning?
Well, yeah, some would. I don't think I would.
I don't really show whatever the TV I'm watching it on. I could be watching it on a 12-inch, CRT.
Like that one?
Like
behind you?
There, yeah. It's not gonna. I don't know. If I'm watching the movie, I immerse myself in the movie.
Why the hell did they claim that this game being in 3D was ahead of its time?
When it's clearly not.
I mean, the Sega Master System had dorky glasses you could wear that made it 3D.
Shutter glasses.
Yeah, it made it 3D. Then there was the R-Zone, which sucked.
Our Zone wasn't 3D though. They didn't even try to be 3D.
And then they
And
had
you see
the Virtual Boy, which also sucked.
With the monocle.
Yeah.
Monocle wearing mofo. They just sound so full of themselves with this statement. Like, yeah, we're ahead of our time because we did a game in No, you're not!
You mean kind of what Nintendo has been doing since the Power Glove?
The Power Pad. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least Nintendo made it work, though. I mean, it worked. The Power Glove was Mattel, not Nintendo.
Nintendo.
But, yeah. I don't even know what to say of this. Ubisoft just sounds so full of themselves.
Bumper stomper move.
That works. Ubisoft just sounds so full of themselves saying this. They're probably gonna have to pause, like stop the podcast at some point, then flip the freaking tape over.
No, not yet.
But not yet.
When it gets close to, basically when that little dial gets close to 700, it means we have to flip.
Yeah, we'll have to flip eventually, I think.
When it's over 700!
Yeah,
okay, Mr. D-Pad, who called me out for, like, eating, a half serving of Mushu pork before going to our parents' house for a Sunday night dinner, and then sits there,
get over there and be like, I already ate.
Houses an entire raspberry cake to himself.
Hopefully you're gonna get over there and be like, I already ate
it too. Yeah.
No, not with my pork, you're not.
Where's my pork? Sweet.
Yeah. Hopefully you're gonna get over there and be like, yeah, Mom, I'm full. I had bread.
No, it depends on what they're having. And the way I figure it is that even if they are having certain foods like chicken cutlet, I'm not going to eat it. Even if had I not have eaten the cake beforehand.
I've made a chicken cutlet most any day.
I don't know.
I don't think you know.
Eating my parents' chicken cutlet makes me want to go pescatarian.
Pescatarian?
Yeah.
Fish eater?
Fish eaters?
Isn't that Piscavorian?
Well,
that was like an insult for like a little while when I was in high school. Ah, you Piscavorian.
Or I guess
Catholic reference or something?
Last parts are interchangeable. I don't know. It's like a vegetarian.
Okay.
But you can still eat fish and eggs.
It's also called a semi-veg.
Note for next week, if we do this again next week, we need a proper timer.
Yeah. Actually, vegetarian, well, we do have the clock there. Actually, vegetarians can usually eat eggs unless they're vegans.
No, not true. Oh, I mean, a lot of vegetarians will make exceptions for themselves, you know? They'll say, like, oh, well, I can't give up meat completely. What am I gonna do for protein? I'm gonna eat lots of peanuts, but peanuts give me really bad gas. You see, I just that extra meat, tuna.
Your system's kicking up, broth. You're a manly man, aren't you? Ron White. Ron White's a funny guy. Hey, there's the list, by the way. It's under the table.
Oh, alright. Hey, can I,
the shopping list.
Yes, the shopping list is under the table.
And, Alaska, positions of power.
The positions of power one is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's the original shopping list.
Does that one have
somebody asked me what is best in life.
What is best in life?
To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women.
Did the barbarian say that?
Yes. He did. It's a paraphrase from something Genghis Khan said.
Genghis Khan?
I don't know what Genghis Khan said.
I really want to know his quote. Yeah, if it was...
I think that was a Pokemon.
No,
that's a pretty epic quote, man.
Yeah, it is. It's very epic. It's full of epicracy. Hypocrisy. Which doesn't really make sense because it's not epoch.
Speaking of epoch, Obsidian Entertainment, the developers of Knights of the Old Republic 2, Alpha Protocol, Neverwinter Nights 2, and Fallout New Vegas, have approached Squeenix about developing a new Chrono Trigger. Square Enix wants to get into Western RPG development.
I beat that game, didn't I?
Yeah. That's the longest game you've ever beaten. Probably.
Yeah. It's longer than Quest 64, which would probably be a close second. I didn't beat 7.
Did not beat 7.
I did not beat 7. I didn't get stuck. You got stuck. I was we were neck and neck. Me and my D-pad here went through this thing where our dad got us Final Fantasy 7 on the PC, and we never owned PlayStation until the PlayStation 2, which we got a couple years after it came out. But my dad got us Final Fantasy 7 on the PC, and this was already a couple years after it was popular, but he started playing, and then I started playing, and we were neck and neck and kind of competing for completeness. He got lost at some point. Completitude. He got lost, D-pad, at some point, and was stuck with this guy floating on the back of the high winds, and
Bugenhagen,
yeah. And he set off to defeat Emerald Weapon instead, which is a side quest, which gets you some stuff, but it's not really crucial to the plot. He just
how I did it?
wanted to do it.
I want to explain how I did it.
Tell us how you did it.
Okay.
Is Emerald Weapon the one that's underwater, or is that
Yes.
Ruby?
You have to find him in
Emerald's in
the
the desert.
and you actually have a time limit. You have 20 minutes to beat him, unless you can get underwater breathing materia from the
I don't remember how to get it.
in the gold flying saucer.
Golden Saucer.
The golden saucer. Okay, so the way I beat him was that there's a loophole. Well, it's not a loophole. It's a cheat. Well, it's not a cheat. It's a loophole.
Strategery.
It's a cheat hole.
I guess it's an easy.
It's a strategy.
Okay, yeah, I cheated. But
You didn't
it's a clever cheat. Now get this.
Okay, this is how it is.
If your HP ever lands on 7777, now be it, you have to have a high enough HP. Your HP, all of my characters had 999,999 HP. So if
9,999, that was max.
999,999,999,299.
Whatever.
But I found these enemies that did exactly 1 damage to me. And I kept on fighting until it went down to 7777. 7777. And when that happens, they will go on a frenzy. They will start smashing and hacking and doing melee attacks literally for about 5 minutes, each time landing 7,777 damage with each blow. But the only thing is, as soon as they hit 7777 on their HP, I switch them out with another character. And then I put all the characters who had 7777 on one team. So I had 3 characters of 7777s, and then I just went and found Ruby Weapon, Emerald Weapon, without running into any battles in between, and they all just began the fight with this melee of this barrage of lucky 7s, and it was devastating. And then from there, I just used Knights of the Round until he died.
D-Pad, any of our audience who's hardcore gamer enough to actually listen to our show has probably already done that. Because they clearly have nothing better to do with their time. So while he was figuring out all this...
Alright, well, anybody who figured out an easier way to defeat Ruby Emerald Weapon, then you can post it on our website.
Kick him in the grill.
Yeah,
There's one of them that you had to kill as part of the story, right?
Black one, Diamond Weapon.
Oh, the first...
Yeah, Diamond Weapon. Yeah, and then there was another one that you chased him down and fought him multiple times. That was Ruby, right?
No, that's the same one.
I thought you don't have to kill him though. Then
The first time, and when it's in the storyline, you fight him a couple times, but each time he runs away. And if you want to, for revenge, you can go out and find him.
I killed him. He wasn't that hard.
He's kind of... did you see where he died? It leaves a crater.
Yeah.
That opens up a new, place.
Anyway, while D-Pad was doing all of this, I was in my 14-year-old retardedness. I was like, hey, I have nothing better to do than I'm going to use this opportunity to get ahead of him. And I got all the way up to the end of the the second disc?
Yeah, where you go down into the break.
Yeah, but...
And I was like, oh man, I'm on fire, he's never going to get caught up with me.
And you got your ass kicked in the crater?
No, I didn't get to that. I only got that far because he only started training to defeat Emerald Weapon because he forgot where he was supposed to go. So while I was getting way ahead of him, he suddenly remembered and got way ahead of me and got all the way to the end of the game. And I said, well, I don't care anymore. So that's why I didn't defeat Final Fantasy VII.
RPG players refer to as an RPG quagmire. You cannot get out of these situations. Giggity giggity goo. Okay, you saved your file in a place where there's a difficult boss where you cannot beat, nor is there any place where you can train.
Fucking done that before. It
all
sucks.
back to me.
You remember that? And that was at the final battle with Hojo.
Yeah!
fight before the final
Dr.
boss.
Hojo.
Had you have beaten him, you would
Dr.
have gone
Baby
right on
Punching Hojo.
into the crater to fight Sephiroth, but
I'm sagging.
because he just wasn't strong enough.
That actually happened to me in Chrono Trigger very briefly. It was somewhere in the prehistoric age where I got stuck saved on a mountain where I could not get back to the town and I could not get to the next part of the story without dying, and I saved it with only partial health. And I just somehow managed to tooth and nail my way out of it. It was a hard mountain. I would really like to play that game over again.
You should play Final Fantasy VI before you play Chrono Trigger again.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the topic
Yeah,
at
why
hand.
haven't I been doing that?
Your guess is as good as mine. That game is that's the best Final
I
Fantasy,
think working
period.
65 hours a week might have something to do with it.
Yeah, well, you'll have a lot more free time in
Only
the
doing that again
afternoons
for another
after a
week
week.
Yeah,
But
I'm so stoked.
freaking, I think this is kind of cool. Obsidian is a very talented company. Okay, maybe Alpha Protocol had more than its fair share of problems, which I don't understand because it got delayed for a fucking year. But it had so many cool ideas and stuff, and I'd like to see a Western take on a Eastern RPG type game. I'd like to see what they do with it. I'd like to see what the Western
Eastern RPG?
Japanese.
Yeah, what was it based off?
Like I said, they approached Square wanting to do a sequel to Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
we're on that topic.
oh, I forgot. I thought you were still talking about something Protocol.
I mentioned Alpha Protocol.
Okay.
That's an RPG that they worked on that they released this year.
I guess
It got delayed for a year, and it was full of bugs for some reason after it was delayed for a year.
Hey, my bendy microphone.
Looks
You
like a
can
pretzel.
probably hear all that bending that you're doing on the tape.
Okay, well now I have to explain, just to be polite to the listener. What shape did I just make, Alex?
Looks like a pretzel.
No, it's not a pretzel. It's a two-dimensional shape.
It's a Mobius strip.
Mobius strip.
D-Pad just turned his microphone into a Mobius freaking strip. Nerd.
Then again, we're all nerds.
Oh, Alex.
Oh my gosh. I'd really like to see what a Western company would do with an Eastern RPG like that, and I'd probably piss off a lot of RPG fans. Oh my god, a Western company's developing something from the East. What are we gonna do? You know what? At the end of the fucking day, Diablo and Fallout are RPGs. Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger are RPGs. Who gives a shit who makes them? Seriously?
As long as Western companies don't try to emulate Eastern style, then you end up with things like
A whole lot of Eastern
early
style.
Skies.
A whole lot of the quote-unquote Eastern style of RPG making came from the West originally in the first place.
Hey. The new Speed Racer series.
Wait, they made a new series now?
Yeah, it's American. Stop playing with your microphone.
Well, I gotta bend it away from the Mobius strip.
You want to avoid a Pime Paradox?
There, it's straight.
This next topic is going to take me a while to read.
Okay.
Oh, this is the gigger.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption is getting 4 more downloadable packs. Legends and Killers pack with new locations and characters, 9 new multiplayer maps and locations. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I knew something was going to happen in the
You
time it
shouldn't
took me
have
to read
given
that.
us a cake for our podcast.
That was mine too.
Can I start all over?
He just caved all over his lap.
Okay, what's the I'm sorry. Start over.
Stand, man.
Children.
Here we go. That's right.
Legends and okay. Red Dead Redemption is getting 4 more downloadable packs. They've announced 4 of them at one time. 4! Why 4? Okay. The Legends and Killers packs will include new locations and new characters, 9 new multiplayer map locations, a new weapon called the Tomahawk, and new trophies and achievements.
Is the tomahawk a tomahawk?
I don't know.
Or is it a tomahawk?
It might be a tomahawk. Okay.
Tomahawk? No, it's an atomic.
Shut up. The Liars and Cheats pack includes new competitive modes and multiplayer minigames, attack and defend multiplayer mode, multiplayer horse racing and single-player challenges. You can play as heroes and villains from the single-player and multiplayer. It also introduces a new explosive rifle.
Explosive rifle?
Explosive rifle.
Dangerous.
I'm not done yet. Free roam pack.
Wait, does the rifle itself explode?
No,
Well,
the bullet for the rifle explodes, you retard.
Well, I guess technically it's not the bullet. I mean,
An explosive rifle.
the shell right before the bullet that pushes the bullet down the
That
barrel.
would be a rifle, an explosive rounds.
You're an idiot. Moving on. Free roam pack. New modes, challenges, and gang hideouts. Additional free roam challenges. Posse scoring and leaderboards.
You said posse.
Yes. Posse, like Old West Posse.
What was that last word you said? I like leaderboards. Leaderboards.
Let's continue.
And last but not least, and certainly the most interesting, the Undead Nightmare Pack. Ghosts, towns, and cemeteries come alive in a West gone horribly wrong.
Zombie West!
New single-player adventures, challenges, and quests. 8 multiplayer zombie characters, additional animals in the wild, and new dynamic events.
So,
Yay!
is it Red Dead Redemption?
Yes.
Zombies make everything better.
Yes, they do. Look, zombies officially do make everything better because zombies actually made me read Jane Austen. Someone did Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and I was like, oh, I fucking want to read that. I'll read that. And then I got
Zombies are
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and I'm
Zombies make everything better. They even make zombies better.
damn right.
Actually, they do make kings better.
Yeah.
And maestros.
Explain.
I saw a zombie man.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson more than anything in life. A Twinkie.
Yeah.
Just one Twinkie. When he ate the Twinkie, it was the most beautiful thing in probably his whole life.
Except for his kid.
Oh, too soon.
I just point that out. His kid was the most beautiful thing in his life.
Zombies.
Then his kid got eaten by zombies.
And
Because
then he died.
because we all need zombies.
Just like Dean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someday Dean will come back to you when there's a zombie apocalypse and you'll get to shoot him all over again. You'll be like, it'll be true. Dean died and then he died.
Oh.
You know you like that.
We're gonna chain him up. We can't kill Dean a second time. We gotta chain him up.
You didn't kill Dean the first time. Oh, shotgun killed Dean the first time.
Friend you're talking about.
You talk about him like this all the time.
I know. What are you saying? Anyway.
No, I mean, we'll chain him up.
But I'm just pointing out that you guys aren't the ones that did that. Some guy with a shotgun did that.
No shotgun. No, we'll chain him up and he can play like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
Be like,
with us.
It'd be like Zombie Ed.
Yeah, that's what we were getting at.
Okay, and we got zombies and cowboys. Sounds pretty awesome to me.
Yeah,
I want to shoot some zombies with a 6-shooter.
zombos.
Do you want to shoot some zombies with a 6-shooter?
From ours?
Well, technically, I mean, a 6-shooter would be that effective in the zombie apocalypse. But I would use a shovel. I'd imagine you can find shovels very easily in a Western plantation.
Probably. Plantation. And then they have all kinds of rifles.
Rifles I could see. Yeah, rifles I could see because you could get on top of the building, you know, and use it. I don't know about 6-shooters. They're actually horribly inaccurate. Even with rifle barrels. back in the 1700s, a bullet was really effective up until, like...
Ignore it, Alex.
I'm going to turn my ringer
No,
off.
it's Dad. He called me too.
Uh-oh.
He's probably wondering where you guys are. Tell him you're busy. And you'll be there eventually.
You didn't...
Just,
I didn't.
okay. Yeah, I think this is really cool. I think zombie hunting, you know, would be awesome.
What?
Zombie horses.
Oh, like the zombie dogs.
You have zombie cowboys riding zombie horses, and then you have like zombie wolves and zombie rabbits and zombie donkeys out in the wild.
Hey guys, is this tape really one-sided? Because it's been close to an hour.
Let me check. 5 new voicemails.
Damn!
That was
That's
us.
from all of you, isn't it?
I left you a voicemail with vuvuzelas, and it was like...
I left you a voicemail in which I called you barbecued douche on a stick in a bucket.
Just like... Does ridiculous stuff.
Did Dad call you when he was, when you were just sitting here?
Yeah, just now.
I better talk to him. Take 5.
Do you want me to talk to him and actually put it on the podcast? If I can put it on speakerphone.
I think we did this once before.
Yeah, but it wasn't...
You did that once before, and then let's get. You guys called me while I was relaxing in my backyard, and then my dog started barking.
Okay.
So yeah,
JP.
you're wrong. I have been on every podcast.
Oh, no, this... Yeah, you called us both. Hey, listen, you're on the internet right now.
I am.
Alright, well, you will be.
We haven't posted it yet, but you will be.
Yeah, you're on their show.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the whole world will be able to,
Hear your voice.
right now. Listen, yeah, we're doing the podcast right now. We'll be done by 5:30.
Well, no, I mean, we'll be done around 5:30 because we got... It's usually about an hour long.
You're talking into your microphone.
We have 2 more topics,
I
guys.
have it on speakerphone.
Okay, well, we'll be over soon, right?
We have 2 topics left, guys.
Oh, cool. We should,
One of them makes me very, 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 very incredibly fucking happy.
I'm gonna say that might be a good time to take a little break, take a little breather here, and play that lovely intermission tune.
Did you listen to that last week's episode, D-Pad?
No.
You know how we took a break in the middle of the podcast?
Yeah, we actually
I put elevator music in it. It was awesome.
Well, I think it's about time that we do that again because we're getting to the end of this side of the tape here.
5:51, yeah. We'll continue on the other side of the tape.
Okay, peace.
Stop. You're almost as annoying as vuvuzelas.
Hey, you're a gun dog. You ruined my vuvuzela. Oh wait, no, it's working.
If you want to laugh,
What was that? D-pad's playing with my belt now.
if you want to laugh,
Fortunately, I'm not wearing it.
get on YouTube and look up Gandalf Goes to the World Cup. It's worth your time.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Show me something.
This next topic makes me very, very happy. NBA Jam may be going multi-platform. Suppose the exclusive game was rated for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 by the German Software Ratings Board. If this is true, it's fucking awesome. Because I want to get my jam on.
And if it's not true,
I'll have to get a Wii to get jam.
We need some jam.
I mean, like, jam.
NBA Jam.
This is my jam.
Hot damn.
Tell me you like NBA Jam. I don't even like basketball. I like NBA Jam.
You know,
I never really
I like
felt
basketball
that way about-
because I like NBA Jam. That's that good.
I don't know how I feel about video games that are based on sports. I don't
Well,
know.
this is very goofy, very over the top, very silly, and a lot of
Bill
fun.
Clinton, and if you can slam dunk from full court and the ball catches on fire.
It's awesome.
Have you ever played the Genesis version? It's a Sega Genesis basketball game.
You can
with,
slam
like,
dunk from half court.
full court.
Yeah.
Full court.
If you do it just right, it's really hard to do, and the ball catches on fire.
How do you do it just
I forget.
And he's got the best announcer ever. This guy goes, Shakalaka! It's awesome. He's on fire! It's awesome.
He's on fire, man. We should have like an NBA Jam with this, but what we should also do is get a 6-pack of Tecate or maybe a case, and all three of us stay up all night trying to beat Mario 3.
Oh, I am so down for a night like that. Definitely.
It's hard to stay up late. I have to get up at 8 to work a job that I hate. It's hard to stay up late when you're going in.
Let's drink some beer.
And then pass out. Word.
Have you heard of this new game called Blur? It's like a racing game.
It looks kind of cool. Is that the one where it's like you can set off explosions?
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Or is that split second?
It's like a real, it takes place in the real universe, like you drive real cars. It's like you drive through real cities and everything. But it plays like Mario Kart. There's still power-ups.
That's cool.
Yeah, I played it. It's pretty cool. The commercial for it is...
The commercial for it's got like, that guy's like, screw off, Pinky.
So it's like Gran Turismo meets Extreme G. Extreme G.
Extreme G. That's exactly what it's like.
Sounds awesome.
That's exactly what it's like.
I remember
the commercial for it. It's got Mushroom Top, and he's like walking around, and the race is about to start.
Mushroom Top?
Toad. Oh, but like the non-copyright Toad.
They were
and he's
very much poking fun at Mario Kart,
and he's like,
which this big retarded-looking guy comes and goes, "Racing's not about winning.
It's about making friends." And Mushroom Top punches him in the stomach and says, "Get the fuck out of my way!"
He's like, "Shut up, Pinky. It's fucking great."
I have to see that. We should tell the story about what we did last night when we went to go get this recording equipment.
We went to Walmart.
We ordered pizza from Domino's.
Oh yeah.
And we went and picked it up. Said it would be an hour before they could deliver. So we just went and picked it up on the way to Walmart. We ate the whole pizza on the way to Walmart.
We ate the pizza while driving to Walmart.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
Awesome. We just had it like on it's like dashboard pizza. What's our next topic?
Amazing.
Our last topic is Dead Space 2 is getting a prequel. It's called Dead Space Ignition.
I thought it was going to be called A Live Space.
It's a downloadable title. It has a comic book style story. It takes place hours before Dead Space 2.
Oh wow.
The story is by Anthony Johnston. And Tony Johnston, who did the 6-part comic for the first game. I don't know if I ever finished showing you the 6-part comic for the first game, but it's actually pretty damn good. I really liked it.
Yeah, I've seen like, I think the first 2 of the 6 parts. Yeah, the first third. So if it only takes place like 3 hours before the first one, wouldn't it only be 3 hours long?
Well, the downloadable title will probably cost like $5, so if it's 3 hours long, I wouldn't be disappointed in it.
So they're not Sonic 4? I'm still excited about that. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, we don't know what the pricing on Sonic 4 is ultimately going to be.
I need the iPhone 4.
Why?
Because it's an iPhone.
The Evo is better.
It's iPhone colored.
That's the best kind.
I don't care. I need the iPhone 4.
The iPhone 4 was obsolete when they announced the damn thing. Yeah. Would you stop playing with the microphone? That's probably very, very annoying when it's picking it up. But yeah, this is kind of cool. They did a prequel game for the Wii for the first one. They did a prequel movie and a prequel comic series as well. And they did all that stuff basically in promotion of their new series, which they were taking very seriously, and I liked that. The movie was kind of cool. The comic book was great. I haven't played the Wii game, though, although I heard it is being ported to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which I would pick that up. It's a light gun game, though, so it might be a little hard to play on a controller. On the Wii mode, it probably wouldn't be that bad, but it looks like a lot of fun.
don't know, I had a lot of fun with the Umbrella Chronicles. The Umbrella Chronicles.
You know what I really want? You know what? Like that game I really, really want to play for the Wii.
Your mom?
House of the Dead Overkill.
Yeah, dude, one of the
It looks like a fucking 70s exploitation grindhouse film without zombies.
And it's a rail shooter, right? Like you
Yeah.
move.
And yeah, it's a rail shooter, like a arcade, like the rest of the House of the Dead series.
Cool.
But it's got a character, and it's like the character is Samuel L. Jackson, voiced by someone else. This character is Samuel L. Jackson in every movie he's ever been in.
Is that multi-platform?
No,
Oh.
it's a Wii exclusive, and he says "fuck" a lot. It's great. It's like, what the fuck? Fuck! You're like, it's fucking Samuel L. Jackson. Fuck yeah, and he shouts a lot. I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like this. I read something about mini games, and that kind of bothers me a little bit because I've never been a big fan of mini games. But if it's anything like the first Dead Space, I'm all for it. It's a light gun game. That probably wouldn't be bad either, because apparently the one for the Wii was very, very good, is what I've heard.
I still want to play Carnival. Carnival.
Carnival.
It's supposed to be like the most like ridiculous, over-the-top shooter, like mid-90s shooter that's possibly like
You know what looks like fun, ridiculous, and over the top? Bulletstorm.
You said Bullet Hell?
Bulletstorm. No, it's a first-person shooter, and it's like built around finding the most ridiculous ways you can kill people possible. And I watched like a gameplay footage of it, and he was doing things like people would run up to him and he would just kick them right into open electrical panels, and they would shock themselves to death and fall over. And then he was like throwing people and reaching out with this hollow whip type thing and dragging them back and punching them again, and they blow up.
I don't like the idea of having points awarded for these ridiculous kills. The ridiculous kills should be rewarded themselves. Like, well,
I don't know if there's points rewarded or not. I don't fucking care. The ridiculous kills look awesome and a lot of fun.
So it's like Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed is like a third-person like action game. This is a first-person shooter.
So it's like your mom.
My mom is not a first-person shooter.
That should be the name of this episode.
That probably will be the name of this episode. My mom is not a first-person shooter. Oh, that was just. But Bulletstorm looks kind of cool. It's from the company People Can Fly, and they did Painkiller.
Ah, yeah.
With the gun that shoots shurikens and lightning and has breasts and is on fire.
I believe Yahtzee said that game was actually decent. He was kind of disappointed because he was gonna do like a bunch of like name gags, like oh, Painkiller, yeah, you'll need one after you're done playing this, and then it turned out being decent, so he was disappointed.
It's like a game that shoots. It's a gun that shoots shurikens and lightning.
What
The only way that it could be cooler is if it had breasts and was on fire.
That's so true. I want a fire breast gun
that shoots shurikens and lightning.
There's a bird on the upper window of our door, front door right now. It's just kind of chilling there.
There's a nest up there.
I know, but I usually don't see the bird. It's just kind of chilling there. I think it's a dove.
I don't know.
Which would be cool. Freaking pacifists. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm a little bit excited for this. I want to see some gameplay, which they've announced it. They announced details, but I don't think they showed any gameplay or screenshots. But Dead Space 2 looks fucking amazing. Like, you rip off their limbs, and then it's got like a spike, and you just pick it up and shoot it at them, and it like nails their ass to the wall with their own limb. Awesome.
You hear the voice of Isaac in this one too, thank God.
Oh, Isaac's gonna talk? That's cool.
Yeah, I did read about that one, the nail gun. You can like pin them to the wall and shit, and then cut off their arms.
Oh man,
it's wild.
Yeah, it's still not the nail bat.
I love it.
I love that nail bat. Run! He's got a board with a nail in it. Yeah.
He's got a board with a needle and a tilde boards and nails and greater boards with greater nails, and one day the boards and the nails shall destroy them all.
I fucking love The Simpsons, dude. I fucking love The Simpsons. It's so great.
I was actually making another reference to Final Fantasy VII. I wish I could remember how you get it, because I'd like to go back and play that again, but
I own it.
yeah, I know you know it. Yeah, I know you know it. You know it. It was just a nail bat. It's a baseball bat with a pretty big freaking nail sticking out of it. I got that, and it didn't let me hold any materia, which kind of annoyed me, but I didn't care because it was a bat with a freaking nail sticking out of it. What more could you ever need?
It's going to be very annoying in the mic, you know.
I guess. And it wasn't even like a bat, like, with a whole bunch of, like, a matrix of nails driven through it. It was just one big freaking nail.
That's what Mo was chasing the aliens with.
Oh, yeah, it was Mo.
It was Mo when he had a board with one nail. He was chasing the aliens back off the planet Earth with that.
Run! He's got a board with a nail in it!
I thought you said they wouldn't be opposed to occupation enduring, or Operation Enduring Occupation. They hate us. That guy Hans. Go ahead. Vote for a third party. Throw your vote away.
We have one more topic, don't we?
No, that was the last one.
Oh, wow. That was kind of anticlimactic.
I know, right?
That's good, though, because it times out just about right. Because it's like just a little after 5:30 right now.
Yeah, we should probably start closing out the podcast. What do you think?
Yeah. Last one was kind of a short one. Maybe only 45, 50 minutes. But that's okay, because everybody likes a shorty once in a while. And everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Sometimes.
I'm more of a fan of a quickie. What about you?
Stop saying dangly parts. We can use that once in every podcast. Or are you making up for the several podcasts that we didn't say that in?
Yeah, if anything, I should be saying it 21 more times.
We're only on episode 19.
Well, then on the next 2 episodes, I'll skip it. But don't forget to
You
remind
need to come to Otakon with it. By the way, we're going to try to do a podcast from Otakon in Baltimore.
Alright, are we going to dress up?
Yeah. We probably aren't even going to be at the convention. It'll probably be in a
Wear some funky headdresses or something.
Wear that.
telling people, shut up, we're podcasting! Probably tell people that.
Let's dress up as what's-his-face from Madagascar.
Let's dress up a head box from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. It's done. I think the best costume I ever saw at Otakon, though. This is an anime convention, by the way.
I saw a guy that was wearing a box one time and it just said Optimus Prime, bitches, red on it. I was like, fuck yeah, that's the best costume ever.
I saw a Tetris piece once. This guy was walking around as like an L-shaped Tetris piece, but it was upside down, so it was like a 7. And he walked up next to one of the trash cans, like in the convention center, and just sat down next to it, and he fit perfectly over it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was on Mega 64. They did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw it in person. Oh, what now?
No, seriously, they did that on Mega 64. It might have been the same thing.
Mega 64?
Mega 64. It's a website that does video game parodies. They had a guy that, you know, the merchant from Resident Evil 4.
What are you buying?
Yeah, that guy. There's a guy dressed up submerged, just walking around asking people, what are you buying? What do you sell? Got something for you, stranger. Just on and on. Until he got arrested. He freaking got arrested. And then it just brought up the game over screen from that game. And it just said, you got arrested.
Shouldn't have asked that question to that narc. Fail.
It was pretty damn funny, man.
Yeah,
it was very, very...
I also saw a lot of people dressed up as soldiers from Metal Gear Solid with great big
exclamation marks,
foam exclamation marks hanging over their heads.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I did see a picture of that once. The guy was like just walking around in a box. It just said the box from Metal Gear Solid on the side. I was like, this is the best costume ever.
Yeah, it is. Alright, well, pretty good episode today.
Yeah, we should wrap this up.
Hopefully it'll sound better.
Oh yeah, I don't know how it's gonna wind up sounding once I copy it to the laptop. Shouldn't be bad. Hopefully Crashity doesn't crash while I'm recording it and then I'm away.
Hopefully Crashity doesn't DAS.
Are you falling asleep over there, D-pad?
Hey, I have 2 substitutes that are gonna handle the podcast from here. Okay, got it?
You made them hump earlier. Animals. You made them hump earlier. Which one was the bitch?
Calls, you know, I didn't spring.
I didn't see it though. Which one was
It's
the
summer,
bitch?
by the way.
Oh, it was terrific. This one was the bitch.
Oh, well, that's the one I bought.
You bought the bitch?
Apparently.
You might want to snip this out.
That's the one that I bought. Seriously, that is. I bought that when I was in Texas. I came back and I said, here, stuffed animal, Batman video game. Enjoy.
Yeah. I enjoyed them both.
And then you beat the Batman video game, and that sounded totally disturbing. I enjoyed them both.
We're weird.
Okay,
Rather
anyway, yeah.
stupid.
This has been another edition of Press the Action Button. Thank you everyone for listening. www.digital-delirium.com. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, sign off. D-pad.
This is D-pad, and these are my 2 colleagues.
They didn't say anything.
Sing out.
You gotta give them voices or something.
Be like,
And this is Game Face being horrifically alienated right now, but I love you all just the same. Have yourselves a super week.
we'll talk
Not to break anything.
We'll talk to you guys next week. And don't forget, we're going to be doing a podcast from Otakon. Kind of. Yeah. We'll be doing a podcast from Baltimore, at least.
Yeah, totally.
It'll be fun. You better be there, D-pad.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.